Okay. Good. Well, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about some vocabulary for the great outdoors. So basically outdoor activities. So, and Ken, you just muted yourself, and I was going to ask, what kind of words do you know about outdoor activities?
Okay.
Sports, maybe equipment, things like that. Why don't you actually, if you could type, because that would be very good. I'm pretty sure you can see that on the video. I actually don't know. Camp.
Mm,
Ski.
I'm sure the spelling.
Skate. So we have normal skating or we have ice skating as well.
Yeah, yeah. So, uh, maybe normal skate, which means skate on the grass, weed, or
No, I would say on the concrete because on grass it's a little bit difficult.
a roller skate. It's called, okay,
Roller skate.
is it English? Roller skate. We call it
Yes, it
roller.
is English.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. And that happens in Spain too. They've adopted some of our words. Um, or they, for example, in Spanish, jogging is translated as footing. They
Oh,
say,
really?
I'm going footing in Spanish, like, oh yeah, I'm going footing. Like, no, you're not in English. Even though you've taken foot from English and the ing ending from English doesn't mean it's an English word. Um, so roller skating, there's also roller blading. The difference is roller skating has the four wheels and roller blading has the one line of four wheels.
Okay.
Get anything else?
Outdoor. Maybe I walk.
Walk is a good one, yeah. And
Um,
there's jog and run as well.
Another one. Mm, Soaking at the sun.
That's pretty colloquial. That's pretty informal. Soaking up the sun.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, we go to the beach or something. Perfect.
How can I say in a kind of formal English or something? Soaking.
Sunbathe.
Sunbathe. Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, soaking up the sun is a little expression that we have. So pretty good. I mean, it's surprising that you know that. To sunbathe is actually the verb. Soak up the sun. There was another one that I was thinking of. To bask in bask in the sun. Kind of a strange word. So yeah, different vocabulary. Good. Well, with that, with your little help there, that's great. We're gonna take a look at some other words here. Moment. Oh, I have to click share. There we go. So here we're going to look at some things about the great outdoors. There's 9 words related to nature and the environment. So we were talking about activities. This is going to be more about the weather and things like that. But there are sports involved. It says read their definitions, listen to the pronunciation, repeat, and try to write a sentence with the word. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So mountaineering. Then, so Ken, why don't you go ahead and you can read the word and then read the sentence below, okay?
Okay. Mountaineering, the activity of climbing mountains.
Exactly.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep, maybe wait. So good. So mountaineering is kind of a strange word. It's really, really long. I mean, we obviously see the word mountain here. And it's the activity of climbing mountains. So it kind of makes sense. Not all words always make sense in English, but this one does. Let's see, mountaineering. What else? Oh, and in the slash marks, kind of, this is the phonetic sound of the word. So even if you don't understand that, it does mean something. It's not a different, well, I suppose it is a different language. So very good. And yep, the next one I'll say it first. It's hailstorm. You want to go ahead, repeat that word and read for us?
Hailstorm. Noun, verb. A storm in which ice falls from the sky like rain.
Okay, good. So that's basically it. And hail, do you know what hail is?
It hailed the other day here.
Okay,
Ice
so
rain. Yeah.
exactly. A storm in which ice falls, ice hail, so it's like balls of ice basically. Instead of rain, it's so cold that it's ice. And storm obviously is when, it normally rains, thunders and lightnings. However, with a hailstorm, I don't know if it thunders and lightnings or I don't think it does. Isn't that strange?
Yeah, I think so because if the kind of weather pattern is how can I say extreme, hail
Mm-hmm.
tend to hail. So
Yeah,
maybe
good.
yeah. Okay. Mhm.
Perfect. So a hailstorm. So what do you do during a hailstorm? Was it big hail?
Not big, such a big hail, but when I was walking in the evening, it hailed the other day. I think, yeah. So, but it's small, right? It's not problem. But sometimes I saw the picture on the internet. It's pretty big hail sometimes, but not so usual, I think.
Okay. Well, that's what I was wondering is because, hail can be quite dangerous depending on how big it is. But if it's small hail, it's just kind of more annoying. But the cars do have to be careful because cars get damaged because it's one of those things outside or the roof of your building or a house or something like that. So can be dangerous. So on to tornado. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yep.
Tornado. Now, a very strong wind that goes around in a circle.
Do you have tornadoes?
Yes, but not like giant one like in America.
Because everything's giant in America. No, it's just wondering.
Because of the land, America is flat land. Maybe some place of America pretty flat, a very large area. So, for example, Georgia, I mean, close to Atlanta area, pretty play no mountain around there. So, so in the past, it held the thunder attack often happened. So now people planted trees, and that tree grows, a tall tree. So now the area are surrounded by woods because of to prevent from a tornado attack.
Mm, interesting. Yeah. I mean, and it's, I suppose, close to is it the tornado belt? Is that what we call it? There's something belt that we use um, as that area. And yeah, it's all very flat. I mean, we get tornadoes in Wisconsin. Uh, Not normally too bad, but there's been some damage done. I wouldn't say it's not like, super terrible, but it's, they're dangerous too. So you do have to be careful. And I remember as a child, the tornadoes. So yeah. Well, perfect. So let's go down here. So white water. That's pretty easy to pronounce, but go ahead, Ken.
Okay, white water. Now, part of a river where the water flows so fast it looks white. Mhm.
hmm That's basically it. So when they say whitewater rafting, is you take a raft or a small boat, normally made of, would I say rubber? And you go down the water, but there's lots of waves and there crashes, like the water's crashing together, and it produces the white water, and that's where that comes from. Do you know what this is, Ken?
I I think I've never seen this. Probably white water. Maybe it tends to happen in a large river. Probably. I'm not sure.
Yeah, normally down a river. Um, but look up white water rafting, and you'll see from the pictures what it is.
Mhm.
Um, It's an adventurous extreme sport. And obviously
Ah,
here we're just referring to the
I know
water.
it. Right, right. Yes.
Good.
I
And
got. I got
sometimes,
it.
good. That's, and sometimes it's just the words that you've never seen, but you actually know what it is. And so it's connecting the
Right.
dots. And you've learned a new word today. So that's great.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Kind of. I mean, it's good that now you can talk about it if needed. Good. The next one is wilderness.
Okay. Wilderness. Now, an area of nature where no one lives, and it hasn't been built on by humans.
Yeah, so good. So this is where, you'll find mountains and maybe rivers and forests and things like that. Have you heard of this word before?
Yes, it's maybe some poets use this word actually. Oscar Wilde, also Jim Morrison. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, good one. I suppose that's pretty easy then. Let's see. Let's go down to volcano. Where is my presentation now? There it is. Volcano. I'm pretty sure we all know what this is. Can you read that for us, please?
Volcano. Now, a hill or mountain with an opening that occasionally erupts with molten rock or lava from the earth.
Good. Have you ever been to a volcano?
Because Japan is a volcanic island, so there are a lot of volcanoes. So I the one maybe there's a nine on this island.
There's 9.
I was surprised that when I was talking about that my American friend and he checked about that on internet. I thought there were five, but more than that, nine.
Be
So
careful.
yeah, but so
No.
I went to the how can I say the center of volcano. I forgot. Like the scenery is like a moon. Ah,
Okay, yeah, interesting. And are they active volcanoes? That's most important.
active, but it's sighting spot. It's the biggest volcano on this island. So, but active but usually safe. So, actually,
Usually safe. That
yeah.
makes me feel super good about that situation. Do you know the
So it
last time that it erupted?
maybe a long time ago, but always erupting, releasing smoke. I don't know, the
Smoke,
white
yeah.
smoke, or yeah. But usually it's safe to go there. But not major one.
How
Uh,
do you know when it's not safe to go there?
because research always checking the earthquake there or such things. It is monitored. I think all volcano in
Yeah.
are monitored. Yeah, because it's necessary to. Yeah,
To be
yeah.
safe. Okay. Well, like I said, good luck. So moving on, let's go down here. Come on, computer. Here we go. That's fine. Endangered species.
Yes. Endangered species. Now, a type of animal that is in danger of becoming extinct.
And extinct is when we can never bring them back. That it's just not possible. So endangered is when they're in danger, or there's a possibility of the species not existing anymore, and so it's quite sad. And I've actually seen that there's I think extinctions species every single day, and multiple at that. It's quite scary if you think what are we going to be left with? Why are these species dying? Things like that. So it's quite sad at the same time.
Yeah, so it's kind of
Yeah.
serious problem. Yes,
It
a
is.
lot of.
And it's like we'll never get those back either. And it's I don't know if with science these days if they could really, like, let's say they find some kind of insect in, a fossil or something, and they take the DNA and they find another one or whatever, and they can reproduce them. But how would that animal now live, or that insect now live in a foreign land? Because today is not like when they were living, and the plants and things. So would the animals survive is kind of the other question, depending on how long ago they actually became extinct.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Interesting. All right, well, let's not be sad anymore. What's a torrential storm?
Good. Torrential storm. Now, a lot of heavy rain and extremely strong winds.
Basically, that's what it is. It's like a rainstorm, but more.
Okay.
So
Sounds like
Mhm.
hurricane or typhoon. What is the difference?
You know what? I think there's no difference. I think it's just called a typhoon in your area. I think that's the only difference.
I mean a torrential storm and typhoon. What is the difference? Torrential storm and typhoon or hurricane?
Well, if I'm correct, a typhoon comes from the water, right?
Yeah, seawater, yes.
Okay, maybe that's the difference. Well,
Okay.
I mean, torrential storm just is when it's raining a lot, but extra, like a lot.
Mhm.
So it's like a heavy storm, I would say. Very lots of, just more, more than just a regular storm. And as I'm gonna look this up actually, but I think a hurricane is what we say in general, and then a typhoon is only in your area of the world. Let me see. They're
Yeah,
tropical.
and
Both are tropical cyclones. But it's because of their location.
yes,
Okay, so the tropical cyclones in the West
right.
Pacific are called typhoons, and those in the Atlantic and East Pacific Ocean are called hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of right, just in your area.
Indian Ocean's one is called monsoon. Yes.
Really? How did I not think of that one?
That is a pretty common weather pattern, so maybe we learned it a lot from the news or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I hadn't thought about that. Well, good. So I'm glad we're getting those questions answered. And hypothermia.
Hypothermia, a medical condition in which body temperature is below normal.
Good. So that's basically it. It's when, a lot of people get hypothermia if they're in cold water for a long time. And then their body temperature lowers as well, and it's not normal anymore. That's basically it. I don't have any, no good stories, no good information. Hopefully you don't either, because it's terrible. So let's go ahead and go down here and see. I think yep, this is all of it. Perfect. So just move this up. And so what we're going to have to do is fill in the blank, basically. So I hope you're ready for this. And we're going to use those 9 words that we just looked at: mountaineering, hailstorm, tornado, white water, wilderness, volcano, endangered species, and hypothermia. Any questions? Do you remember all of these? See how much you're actually paying attention.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, and part of this, actually, what I might do is I'll read, but with no words, the first part. That way we can kind of understand what's going on. Because if not, we were caught in a, well, it could be hailstorm, tornado, torrential storm. So we have 3 options for the first one in the And so, like I said, I'm going to read all of this without the blanks, and then we'll go back, and it should be easier, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we were in the and there was no one else around to help. We were really wet and there was a cold bitterness to the air. Had started, and the ice hurt our faces. We were supposed to be going, but we had to wait for the weather to clear up first. It went on for so long, we thought we were going to have, but fortunately, we were fine. So, what kind? I think I have some of them without thinking. So, what do you think the first blank could be? We were caught in a.
We are caught in a hailstorm. Terrorist. Okay.
I think we need to choose a different word just because I think hailstorm we have to use somewhere else. So I'm going to say torrential storm for now. So we were caught in a torrential storm in the
wilderness.
And there was no one else around to help. We were really wet, and there was a cold bitterness to the air. A
hailstorm.
Yes. A hailstorm had started, and the ice hurt our faces. We were supposed to be going
hypothermia.
No.
No.
Not yet.
Mountaineering.
Mountaineering.
Mountaineering, yes.
Good. Yep. We were supposed to be going mountaineering, but we had to wait for the weather to clear up first. It went on for so long, we thought we were going to have
hypothermia.
thermia.
Yes.
But unfortunately, fortunately, we were fine. So, do you have any questions for me? Anything in here that you want to talk about?
No. It's clear.
Well, I mean, that's good. What about cold bitterness? Can you explain the bitterness?
Maybe the things we need to bear, or
things that we need to
bear.
Yeah. Okay.
Like bitterness.
Right.
Coffee or something.
Could you explain, a situation in which you would feel cold bitterness?
Cold bitterness. In the winter time, how can I say? When I walk out, in the winter time, sometimes the temperature is low and strong wind. It's a cold bitterness. I have to walk in the cold bitterness.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just that kind of, it's so cold. It's so cold. So that's fine. I'm trying to think what else. When it says, but we had to wait for the weather to clear up first. What's clear up?
Maybe to clear clear sky, or clear kind of, not raining, or not strong wind, or such condition of the air.
Yeah, it had to get better. The weather had to get better first. It couldn't, the clear skies is when it's beautiful, there's no clouds. So that's what they're referring to when they're talking about clear up. And that is about it. So now I'll do the same thing with the second part.
Yeah.
Well, it's fine. Okay, so I'm a big fan of rafting, and any chance I get, I am in the water. I've seen some beautiful sights. I even seen unfortunately, it wasn't a live one, I've seen a lot of freak weather too, including a very strong and have had the great fortune to catch a glimpse of some rather hmm. All right. Okay, I know two of them at least, so hopefully you can help me with the other two. I'm a big fan of
Whitewater rafting.
and any chance I get, I'm in the water. I've seen some beautiful sights. I've even seen a
I've even seen I'm in the water. I have some beautiful, maybe endangered species.
actually the article wouldn't work here. So no, it says fortunately it wasn't a live one.
Okay, volcano.
Exactly. I've seen a volcano. Fortunately, it wasn't a live one. I've seen a lot of freak weather too, including a very strong.
Quick weather day. Very strong torrential storm.
Exactly, torrential storm, and have had the great fortune to catch a glimpse of some rather
And
endangered
yes.
species. Perfect. Well, good. I think that was interesting. Do you have any other questions? Anything here that you haven't seen before?
Actually, there is no live or dead volcano. I think volcano has a possibility to go active.
Well, and that's what it is. It's a live one means it's not that it's alive, but a live one in which it's active is what it refers to.
Yeah, so current study shows there's no active or non-active volcano. All volcano has a possibility to be active.
I suppose.
Yeah. Anyway.
They're dormant. Doesn't that make you feel safe?
Oh, but yeah, know about that. Especially,
Yeah.
yeah, yes.
Okay. Well, with that, let's move on here. Okay, so some questions here. The talking point. Do you like the wilderness, Ken?
No, I like tamed nature, tamed wilderness. The complete wilderness would be dangerous to me.
Okay. So tamed wilderness, I really, really like that. What does that mean to you? I understand it, but
Actually,
describe that a little more.
how can I say? Around my house and actually in Japan, it's very rare to uh, see the wilderness because almost all woods, farmer planted the trees. Also, but a complete wilderness, maybe human didn't touch anything.
Okay. I see where you're going with that. I mean, in general, wilderness is the outdoors. It's just outside.
Okay.
And so even though yours isn't wild or natural, and it's planted, um, it's still considered wilderness. Wilderness is just the outside. So
Okay.
interesting. I didn't realize. Why is it all planted
Uh,
by man?
right after the World War II, farmer planted tree for future income because they suffered from the lack of, everything. So, and that trees grew very tall now. That's the reason.
Interesting. I guess I hadn't realized that. So good. Well, thank you for that information. And what about mountaineering? Have you ever been mountaineering? Have you climbed a
Ah,
mountain before?
yes, but not so hard one. Yeah, not so challenging one.
Yeah, that's true. I'm very similar. I've climbed mountains, but not like, climbing up a very steep
Mm.
part of it. I've always gone walking or hiking or something like that. So, very good. Have you ever been caught in a torrential storm or witnessed a tornado? Ugh. Tell us your experiences, Ken.
It's wind. Also, I witnessed a very small tornado happen in the park, and it's a windy day, maybe, and maybe because of the building or something, small tornado happened. Even a small tornado, it was scary because yeah, I witnessed that one,
Mhm.
the small tornado.
So you're more of a city guy. You like the city. I'm definitely a city girl. I could go
Yeah.
camping and stuff, but yeah, it's a little bit too much outdoors for me. So, torrential storm, I'm pretty sure I've at least seen a torrential storm. Probably been in one. In a tornado, yeah, absolutely. I haven't seen one like in person. What is it like ruining the houses and things? But I remember, looking out the windows and stuff, and it gets like a strange, um, like color in the sky. It's kind of like a gray. It's really, really strange. So, how about can you describe something beautiful or scary that have seen in nature?
Mm, beautiful. I like watching beautiful sunset, and because every day it is different because location, clouds, also light color changes according to the temperature or climate. So that's one beautiful scenery I saw in the nature.
Hmm.
Scary, yeah, I saw the very strange cloud, like you said, very dark and yeah, kind of yeah, this like it's like a kind of Hollywood film type cloud. Yeah, I've
Hmm.
seen it before.
Yeah. Well, beautiful. I think rainbows
All
are
right.
beautiful. Isn't it crazy that it's just a reflection of light, but it's like amazing. I've actually seen some really beautiful rainbows here because in Wisconsin everything's flat. And so everything's on the same, land. Here, because we're in the mountains, you can actually see because we're up high and you can see all of it. And the rainbows I've seen here in Spain are just incredible. Um, so yeah, I think it's amazing, and I've seen massive ones, and it's just incredible to me. So that's my something beautiful and scary. Yeah, probably those storms, torrential storms, or the tornadoes or something just very ugly. Scary. It's just absolutely scary how much wind or water has this power. And this is Mother Nature, and this is land, and we have to be careful and with the pollution and everything. So because otherwise it's going to get worse. I mean, what were the things that happened in Texas and Florida? What were those called?
Mm,
Oh, tropical storms. I mean, that's basically it's like a hurricane. It is a hurricane, and it's scary and dangerous, and there's more and more, and
mm.
that's because Mother Nature isn't very happy with what we've done. So,
Yes. Nowadays it's getting better. Not getting bigger. Sorry. Yeah.
bigger doesn't mean better, Ken.
I
But
think yeah,
yes, no,
yeah, that's because
bigger and more frequent, unfortunately. So, I mean, there's a huge drought here in Spain, and unfortunately, it rained last week. So that was really good. But then again, sometimes you have flooding because it rains too much and everything's dry and the ground can't absorb that water quick enough. So you can go negative
Mhm.
as well. Interesting. Well, let's take a look at these other questions here. What's the weather like where you live or are from? Or hailstorms, tornadoes, and torrential storms. You have basically answered that one. What I think
Mhm.
here in Spain, I've seen hail. I don't think they have tornadoes and
Mhm.
torrential storms. Sure. I mean, I think it's possible basically anywhere that it rains, which is a lot of places. I can't say 100% of the places on Earth because in Antarctica, for example, it can't rain. It's too cold. So maybe they have torrential snowstorms, for example. So good. And this last one here says, do you know of any endangered species in the country in which you live?
Yes, endangered species means the species has already been endangered or is about to.
About to be, well, it could, there's a possibility of it becoming extinct. So it's in danger.
Okay. Mm, I'm not sure, but I think a lot of insects or animals like actually in this island, a bear, also wolf extincted in all over Japan. Bear is uh, live in another island, but in this island, bear has not witnessed for 50 years, so it is said it's endangered. And
Mm-hmm.
endangering. I'm not sure about that, but it's sure, yeah, a lot of insects or plants because of the climate change, also human activities, also human
Mm-hmm.
hunted, some dangerous animal to harm people or agriculture. That's the reason why bear and wolf extincted, probably.
Yeah, they're extinct. Interesting. Um, well, I mean, everywhere there's stuff
Mhm.
going on. Here in Spain, what I can say, I think the Spanish lynx, and it's basically kind of, it's in the feline family. I think it kind of looks like a small leopard or something.
Mhm.
So, there's that. Apart from that, I really don't know. I don't really pay attention to that, honestly. So, well, good. Well, not good because it's not good that animals are endangered. So, continuing on with some questions. Again, we've answered this one. Have you ever seen a volcano? Can you tell me, I mean, explain to me and describe. Like you said,
Okay.
it's like the moon, but I mean,
Okay.
it,
Yes,
is
and
it scary?
not so scary because it is not active at that day. So, but smoke, it's releasing smoke, some smoke, but it's not so major smoke. But the smell is very smelly. Like I don't know the I forgot the English word for this. Smell like one chemical. Yeah, volcano usually release such a gas. So
Is it
the
sulfur?
maybe yes,
Okay.
sulfur. And they also it releasing heat, so there's no plants or the trees around the volcano, the top of the volcano mountain. So scenery is like a moon, as if I was in a the planet. I mean a moon or something because all craters and crater like a rock or something and no plants. So that's I had seen there.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. I don't think I would enjoy going to visit a volcano. It might be interesting, in general, but I really I prefer to do things safe these days, and I don't think that really sounds very safe to me. So I personally don't think I would enjoy that. But okay, good. Let's see, moving on here. What would you do if you were caught in the middle of a white water? Oh, in the middle of white water while you were canoeing. So a canoe is not prepared. like a raft is, because the raft has air, it's made of rubber, and a canoe is what, made of wood and potentially plastic and metal, and so not very flexible.
Mhm.
Would you?
I don't know. I've never experienced canoeing, but I think human power is pretty much limited in this to face this kind of nature, wild nature. So let it go, or to and then got the timing to manipulate water to get out of it.
That's true. I think, if you can get somewhere near the shore, near the land, I think that would be very helpful. And because if you're in white water, you obviously don't want to get in it either, and you don't want to have to swim.
Right.
So,
I
you just,
swimming is not so
so
good
scary.
idea because human cannot swim. Power of water is pretty intense.
A
So,
little bit stronger, yeah, definitely. So, no, that's crazy. That's dangerous. So let's go on to the next one. Would you
okay.
like to go whitewater rafting?
No, it's dangerous.
I can basically agree with you on that one. We were watching a TV show last night about extreme sports. Um, it's another funny thing that they have here in Spain. Bungee jumping.
Mhm.
Bungee jumping. So jumping off of bridges, basically, or tall things, mainly bridges. Here they say puenting, and puente actually means bridge. And so again, they've taken the Spanish word and they've added ing to it. So people think it's the same word in English, and I said, no, no, it's bungee jumping. And bungee is also a very strange word. However, as far as I can tell, it's from the word bungee cord.
Mhm.
So that's basically it. It's just a bungee cord is the cord that you use because it has a lot of, can I say flexibility? So you can jump, lots of rubber in there. So when you do fall, it bounces you back up. So, so no, you don't want to go whitewater rafting. Would you go bungee jumping?
No,
Me
it's
neither.
scary.
I said the same thing yesterday. I said, no, no, I definitely am not. No, no, it
Yeah,
doesn't seem very.
I I've heard of the theory. The reason why some people like it because they are called sensational seeker. In the face
Oh
of the
yeah,
dangerous situation, kind of chemical, maybe adrenaline or something.
adrenaline.
Uh, that makes them high. So, but it doesn't
Hmm.
work to anybody. Some people has the tendency of that.
Yep. No, yeah, and I've heard that too, and that's kind of what it was last night too. It was very strange. That people just they love the excitement, or people who like balloons because they're going to make them explode, and the excitement of, oh, when is it going to happen? That doesn't relax me. That's very nerve-wracking to me, and I don't like that. So, one person's fear is someone else's like, and vice versa, and so quite strange. So so good. All right. Well, yeah, no extreme sports for me. I think maybe when I was maybe 10 years ago or so, I probably would have considered jumping out of an airplane, going bungee jumping, whitewater rafting. There's more potential of me doing that than anything else, but I don't want, I've actually recently, when in October, when we went to the beach, there were huge waves one day. One day it wasn't, the next day there were big waves. I mean, taller than me. And I'm not used to this, especially in the ocean. And so I went and I jumped and I fell and was underwater. And I was like, I can't breathe. So I think whitewater rafting at this point in my life is a negative as well. So good. What about, it says, what do you think happens to someone when they have hypothermia? So we've talked about it a little bit, but
Mhm.
what do you think?
Maybe low temperature, also the color of lips turn to, how can I say, the purplish color.
Purplish, yep, blue, purple.
Yeah, it's a one correct kind of, how can I say, a phenomenon we can see. Oh, this person got that one. And yeah, I don't know other symptoms about that, but yeah, probably this happens.
Yeah, no, it has to be extremely dangerous too. So, again, today's a lot of extreme things that I don't think we always need in our lives. Sometimes they're too extreme. So, prefer to be a little bit safer nowadays, especially with age. And I find it pretty funny that I just actually don't enjoy being afraid, being scared of things. So, so yeah, well, good. So basically that's where we're going to stop for today. So let me go ahead and come back live to you. Hello. So next class, let's see, we're in December. So the Great Outdoors. So on Monday, we're going to have a conversation. All right. And this is basically about when you were a kid. It's called Little Dreams because when you're little, you always have dreams about what you want to do when you're older. And so I thought, why not talk about those? And this will bring up good vocabulary for, I mean, for me, I wanted to be a teacher, an artist, or an art teacher. So those are my three things. And that came true. And I'm still really interested in art, even though it's not something that I do on a regular basis. But I like going to museums. And so it's kind of funny that I kind of became a teacher. Like it just naturally happened. So so that's basically what I want to talk about on Monday. And like I said, just a conversation about what we wanted to be when we grew up. And then on Wednesday, next Wednesday, we're doing part 2 of the phrasal verbs that we started. Was it yesterday? It wasn't yesterday. Last class on Monday. So we'll be continuing those two just because we didn't finish to do. So, and then actually later this month, there is going to be another class, I believe, of those phrasal verbs in which we were going to read using those. So you'll definitely have to take notes on those phrasal verbs as they're terrible. Phrasal so good. Well, Ken, do you have any final questions or anything to say?
No, thank you. And next class will be Wednesday and midnight here. So 1 hour later than today's. Not today. Sorry, and let me check the schedule.
It should be normal time.
Yeah, not midnight. Yes, I'm talking about Wednesdays next month. No, yeah, regular. Yeah, Monday. The same regular schedule. 9 p.m. here. Okay, I got it.
The only thing I'm doing different, I think there's a class on the 22nd, which I believe is a Friday. We're doing a class that day.
Okay.
Because otherwise it's the 25th on Monday and that's Christmas and I don't want to do an English class on Christmas. Come on, you want to be celebrating, being friends and family. And so the 22nd, I think that's Friday, we'll do that. And then the other thing is Monday is January 1st. I'm doing a class that day because I think everyone, by 1 o'clock here in the afternoon, I'll be awake. So I don't think we're going to have a crazy night by any means. So that's why I decided to keep that one on Monday. But the one on Christmas, no. So yeah, double check the calendar just because it is a little different.
Okay.
Friday should be at 2:30 my time. So about a half an hour earlier than today. Okay.
Okay.
Wonderful. Well, then you're finished with your English class on this end today. So I hope you enjoy your day and what's left of it. And I'm going to continue with English.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay, thank you very
Back to
much.
work. Back to the different work. Perfect. Well, great. Well, kind of was nice chatting with you today. Thanks for joining me on this adventurous day that we had in English class. And hopefully I'll see you on Monday, okay?
Okay. Okay, see you. Bye
All
bye.
right. All right. Thanks. Bye, Ken.